Hello lovely people, and welcome to this video. This is just a very short video because I'm not being able to make a full one this week because I've got so much going on here. So we're just going to be working with dancer pose, which we're going to add on to some of the things that we've done before. So what I'm going to suggest is that if you're working with me on the videos, that you go back to the last one and the one before it, and work with some of the postures that we've done there, and then we're going to bring dancer in on to the end of it. But so I'm just going to do a little bit of a warm-up with you here, and then I'm going to show you about how the pose works, and I'm going to do this both from standing like this and also from a chair for those people who are doing chair yoga. So if you're working with this from standing, I'm going to turn this way so that you can see what I'm doing. It's a good idea to have a belt, which I've got here, and you can just put that over your shoulder to start with. So first of all, with the arms, warming up the arms, we can just start by just taking one arm forward and the other one back, and it doesn't really matter which way you do it. You're trying to keep the chest facing as forward as possible, so we can just come back round and do the other side. So going from side to side to warm up the shoulders and the arms. Beautiful. And then to warm up the legs, it's particularly the leg that's going to be raised that you need to just get these muscles here on the front of the thigh. You need to get them used to doing what you're going to be asking them to do. So you can get your belt, and what I like to do is to just put it over the ankle there. So I've got it over the ankle, and if you're a little bit unsteady, you can always have like a wall to hold on to, or a table or something. I'm going to give it a go, see if I can balance like this. So just having your arm out to the side can be really helpful. So coming onto one foot, and we're simply going to, you can start by just taking that foot out behind you, coming onto the toes, and then just seeing, you could just lift it up with the belt, and just seeing if you can lift that leg up, and you can just see how far it can come. And it might be, I mean, if you're good at balancing, which I'm not that brilliant at it, but if you're good at balancing, you might actually be able to take the foot rather, in the hand, and then trying to have the knees together here to begin with. So just taking it easy, because if you've just come into this and you're not warmed up, it is really important to make sure that you are doing it in a slow way. So we do the other side. So doing the same thing, I'm going to hold on to the wall this side, taking the foot onto the toes behind, and then just lifting up that foot with or without the belt. And if you can do it like this, I've got my knees together, but I'm not yanking at it yet because my muscles aren't warm. So I'm just going to go a little bit backwards with the other one, and just doing a little bit of warming up, just getting those muscles ready. So you can see already where we're going. So we were doing the arms here, and the reason that you do that is because in dancer, what you're doing is you've got one arm going out in the front, and the other arm is behind, grabbing hold of this foot. So let's see if we can have a go at it. It is a balance, and it might be that you need something to hold on to. So I'm going to try and see if I can do it just without that. So I'm going to take my foot into my hand and bring my knees together like this. Then I'm bringing the front arm forwards, and you can take your hand into this little chin mudra if you want to. And then the idea is that you're then bringing this foot behind you and leaning forward slightly. But notice that I'm not, she says, nearly falling over, I'm not turning out like that. That's not what it is, that's another pose. So what we're doing is we're trying to keep the hips and the chest facing forwards, and we lean forward slightly, take that foot backwards, and then we're trying to see if we can push the foot away from us. So this is dancer, trying to have the bottom leg slightly bent. I'm really trying to keep my hips forward. I'm not sure if they are, so I will have a look at that when I'm editing the video and see whether it works. So I'll try it on the other side. So I'm taking my foot over to the other side. It's a really good idea to use a wall or something when you're starting to just be able to get your balance. So I've got myself into the sort of beginning pose, and then I'll take my arm out in front, and then I'm leaning forward slightly, taking the arm forwards, and then when I've got into position I can then see if I can take that foot out to the side. I'm trying to keep my hips pointing forwards and my chest pointing forwards. Beautiful. So that's the pose, and I will now show those who want to how to do it in a chair. So I'm going to try it from the chair here. I've just got my leg off the edge of this chair. I've actually got the back of the chair behind me here, so it's not in the way here. I've got my foot on a block to make sure that my leg's nice and clear here. And you can do the same thing with the belt, lifting the leg up behind to warm up those the front of the thigh muscles there. And once you've done that, you can just take hold of the leg there, and I'm having to kind of lean over this way, a bit away from you here to get my balance good, but it's still the same thing. So I'm in that chin mudra, and then I can take the leg out back behind me. I can't take it nearly so far because I can really feel that, but that's a kind of modified version of the pose sitting. So if we were going to come into that from Warrior 3, which is what we're doing at the end of the little sequence we've been working with, it would look like this. So coming into Warrior 3, bending the standing leg, taking the other leg out behind and finding that position there. So then to transition from here into the dancer, I'm going to take hold of the leg, the foot even, and then take myself into the dancer, or Lord of the Dance. So I shall do it on the other side. So taking my weight into the standing leg and coming into my Warrior 3 pose here, trying to have my hips straight. And then I'm going to see if I can transition through into the dancer. Beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it helped you, and hopefully you'll be able to do that little warm up with it and then be able to tag it on to the end of the sequence. Namaste.